So in this question, a prism is made from a transparent plastic. In this plastic, the light travel at a speed of 0.8 c. And what is c? C is the speed of a light. What we need angle of incidence here. This is the angle of incidence. And what is the angle of refraction? The angle of refraction is 90. So first we find a refractive index using a speed. Refractive index is the speed of a light in air, which is 3 into the power 8, divided by speed of a light in a medium, which we don't know, which is given in the question 0.8 c. 0.8 c means like it is the speed of a light in air is 3 exponent 8, a vacuum, and this one is 0.8 multiplied by c. 0.8 c means 3 exponent 8. So this 3 exponent 8 cancels with 3 exponent 8. Refractive index is 1 divided by 0.8, and 1 divided by 0.8 is 1.25. That's a value for refractive index. Then refractive index in terms of angle, because it's moving from denser to rarer, the refractive index is sine angle R over sine angle I. So refractive index is 1.25, angle R, angle of refraction is 90, and angle I we don't know. So we can say that sine angle I is equals to sine 90 divided by 1.25. Sine 90 divided by 1.25, that's equal to 0.8. But we need I. So how to remove so as we have this here in discussion, sine I is equals to 0.8. So we need I. So sine will move other side. So I is equals to sine inverse 0.8. How to take sine inverse? Press shift on your calculator and then the same button of sine. So when you press shift and then same button of sine, what it will give? It will give you sine inverse and then put 0.8. You will get the final answer, which is 53.1 or 53. So that's why D is the right answer. Is it clear? This example, this MCQ. Yusuf, you have a doubt?
So sir, first we will find the speed and then we'll find.
First we got the refractive index. Speed is given. Speed of light in a plastic or a medium is given, and speed of a light in air we already know. So using that we got a refractive index, and using a refractive index we find the angle. Look, in this question, you need a light is moving from denser medium to rarer medium. This one is angle of incidence, and what is angle of refraction? Angle of refraction is 90 degrees. You need angle of incidence. To get angle of incidence, when the light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, the formula for refractive index is sine R divided by sine I. But I cannot use this. Why I cannot use this? I have R, but I don't know I don't know refractive index. So if two unknowns are there, I cannot use this equation first. So to use this equation first, I should have a refractive index. So how I can find a refractive index? The refractive index formula, it's a speed of a light in air, which is 3 exponent 8, divided by speed of a light in a medium, which is V. What is the speed of a light in a medium? It's given 0.8 c. So what is the meaning of 0.8 c? It means it is 0.8 multiplied by 3 exponent 8. Because the c, here they refer c is the speed of a light in air. So it's 0.8 multiplied by 3 exponent 8. So when you solve, the refractive index is 3 into 10 to the power 8, and speed of a light in a medium is 0.8 multiplied by 3 exponent 8. This 3 exponent 8 cancel with 3 exponent 8. Refractive index is 1 divided by 0.8 and 1 divided by 0.8 is 1.25. So now you have the refractive index. So you can use this formula now, that refractive index is equals to sine R divided by sine I. Refractive index is 1.25. Angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Angle of incidence, you don't know, that's your finding. So if I need angle of incidence, so it will be sine I is equals to sine 90 divided by 1.25. When sine 90 divided by 1.25, I'll get sine I is equals to 0.8. But we need I. So when we need angle only, we remove the sign to move the sign to other side. So then it means angle is equals to sine inverse 0.8. And when you take sine inverse of 0.8 on your calculator, you will find it will come out 53. Is it clear? Yes, Yusuf. In this question, light travel at a speed of 3 exponent 8. It strike the surface of a glass and undergo a refraction. The diagram shows a ray of a light before and after it entered the block. What is the speed of a light in a glass? So how you can find the speed of a light in a glass? The formula which involve speed, refractive index is equals to 3 exponent 8, speed of a light in a air divided by speed of a light in a medium. But I cannot use this formula. Why? Because I don't know the refractive index and I don't know what is the speed in a glass. So first, to use this, I should find the refractive index. How to find a refractive index? Angles are given. So which formula I will use if it is moving from air to glass? Sine angle I over sine angle R or sine angle R over sine angle I?
Sine angle R or sine angle I.
Moving from air to glass.
Then it's I over R.
So sine angle I over sine angle. An easy way to remember this formula, always remember the numerator angle should be greater than the denominator angle. So you will not be confused. Even if you forgot the formula, just remember the greater angle is always in a numerator in this formula. Even it moves from
easy.
Yeah. So it will be sine 55 divided by sine 33. Sine 55 divided by sine 33. What is the answer? 1.5. So refractive index is coming out 1.5. And then this formula for the speed, refractive index is 1.5. This is 3 into 10 power 8 divided by V, or V is equals to 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 1.5. So when I divide, I will get 3 exponent 8 divided by 1.5. So V will be equal to 2 exponent 8 meter per second. That's why B is the right answer. The diagram shows a ray of a light in a glass. The ray reaches a boundary with air. One weak ray of a light is missing from the diagram. Which statement is correct? There is what they mean, the weak one is the reflection, because partial reflection and partial refraction occur. They did not draw that. That's why they say one weak ray is missing. Which statement is correct? At the boundary, the speed of a light become less. It's moving from glass to air. So speed will become less or more? Moving from glass to air. So speed will be more. So it cannot be, A cannot be an answer. What about the critical angle is 50? That's wrong also. Why it is wrong? Because critical angle is angle from normal to the ray. So if this boundary to the ray is 50, so this angle will be 40. So critical angle is 40. Critical angle is not 50 here. Because critical angle is the angle from normal to the ray, when the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. So that's why B is also not a right answer. The critical angle is not 50, it is 40. The diagram is an example of diffraction. That's totally wrong. It's a partial. The missing ray is a weak reflected ray. That's the right answer. Because when light is strike denser to rarer boundary, some of the light is refracted, a small amount of light is reflected. So D is the correct answer. Moving from air to glass, it will bend towards the normal. Refractive index is also given. What is the answer? Moving from air to glass. So sine R is equals to sine 62 divided by 1.48. And then you need R. What is the answer for sine 62 divided by 1.48? So 0.6. And take a sine inverse of 0.6. Sine 62 divided by 1.48 is 0.6, and sine inverse of 0.6, 36.9, which is approximately equal to 37. Is it clear? The light travel from rarer to denser medium, so it will bend towards the normal. So we use the refractive index to find the angle of refraction. Question 12. Which statement about the image formed by a plane mirror is correct? Image formed by the plane mirror is correct. Question 12. Which statement about the image formed by the plane mirror is correct? Yeah, that's right. D is the correct answer. Image formed by the plane mirror is virtual or imaginary. It's just an imagination. In reality, it is not there. For the next question, you need a refractive index. But in this figure, I cannot find a refractive index from first figure because I don't know the angle. So I can find a refractive index from second figure. Angle of incidence is 44 and angle of refraction is 90. So the formula for refractive index, it's always a greater angle. So sine 90 divided by sine 44. So what is the answer? Sine 90 divided by sine 44. Sine 90 divided by sine 44. So 1.44 B is the right answer. So in this one, what is a missing ray? Because partial is missing ray is a weak reflection. What is a missing ray? The weak reflection. In this one, there is no missing ray because all of the light is reflected. So after critical angle, no more refraction, all of the light will reflect. We call that as total internal reflection. So this is total internal reflection. The diagram shows a ray of a light inside a glass rod. The critical angle of a light is 42. Which row shows what happened to the light when it reaches a surface? If the critical angle is 42, so definitely till 42 there will be a refraction. If the angle is 40, there will be a refraction and there will be a reflection. If it is more than critical, like if the critical angle is 42, but the angle here was 43 or 44, then only reflection will happen, refraction will not occur.
So why in this example reflection will occur? It's 40.
I told you a partial reflection and refraction always occur when the light strike denser to rarer boundary. A small amount bounce back in a medium. So both cases, both things will happen, partial reflection and refraction. But if the angle is more than the critical angle, then only reflection occur. There is no refraction in that case.
What if this angle is 20?
If this angle is 20 also, there is a refraction and there is reflection as well. But partial. Partial means very small amount is reflected. But if this angle is more than 42, then all of the light will reflect back. That we call total internal reflection. So moving from denser to rarer, moving from dense. Yes, Yusuf?
Yes, the question is clear. Thank you.
The diagram shows a ray passing through a semicircular glass block. Which row give the correct angle P and how angle P compare to the critical angle? Angle P is what? Angle of incidence or angle of incidence? And is it more than critical, less than critical, or equal to?
It's less than critical.
It's less than critical angle. So B is the right answer. If it was equal to critical angle, then instead of light will go or travel, refract at certain angle, it will refract at a specific angle of 90 degrees. If this was the case, then you will say it is equal to critical. And
Sir, how to know if it's critical?
How to know it is critical? If the angle of refraction is 90. If this angle, the refracted ray, if this angle is 90, the angle of incidence is called a critical angle. But in this example, you can see here, this angle is not 90. So if angle of refraction is not 90, angle of incidence is not a critical angle. Clear?
Yes, thank you a lot.
A piece of paper has PAL written on it. A student holds the paper in front of the plane mirror. What does the student see?
B. Side by side.
So it is laterally inverted. Yesterday I told you the left appear right, like this is the right hand of the student. This is the left hand. But for image, the left appear to be right. Or the simple thing, if you want to answer these type of question in exam, what you can do, you can use your calculator screen as a mirror. Like this word is written pal, try to look this on a calculator screen indirectly, like look in a calculator screen, this word, you will get the answer. So because the image formed by the mirror are laterally inverted, left appear right and right appear left. Laterally inverted. Inverted means upside down. Laterally inverted means left appear right and right appear left. If it's still confusing, do one thing, write this letter PAL on a paper and then look in the mirror. What you will see, that's the answer. Yeah, so B is the right answer. No mirror in exam. That's why I'm saying you can use your calculator screen as a mirror. Your calculator screen can reflect the light, so you can write this word PAL and look in the calculator onto the calculator screen. It will appear to be the right answer. What invigilator will do? It will take less than 2 seconds to identify. Is it clear now? So lens topic we'll discuss next class. The last topic in the light is lenses, that we'll discuss next class. I'll
Okay,
end
sir.
this session and share the recording.